How not to babysit your brother. Little brothers are trouble. Hi, my name is Will. I live with my parents, my grandma, my dog Buster, and my little brother Steve. Steve is trouble. He's loud, he's smelly, and he's always around. If you have a little brother, you know exactly what I mean. Last week, I found out just how much trouble he could be. That's when I learned how not to babysit my brother. It all started when Mom went shopping. Dad was out playing golf. I was playing my new video game, Cowboy Stampede. I was about to reach level 5. Usually my cowboy got trampled on level 3. Bye, Mom, I said. Bye, Mom, Steve sang out. He likes to copy everything I do. We'll be fine, Grandma told Mom. Don't worry. After Mom left, I went back to my game. Suddenly, I felt a tug on my arm. Can I play? It was Steve, of course. Go away, I said. But it was too late. The cow trampled my cowboy. 2 words came on the screen. Game over. Look what you did, twerp head, I said. Play nice, boys, Grandma said. She yawned and picked up a book. I went back to my game. A minute later, I heard a snore. I looked over at the couch. Grandma's book was on her lap and her eyes were closed. Grandma, I said. The only answer was another snore. She was fast asleep. A very bad idea. I looked over at Steve. He stared back at me. I'm bored, Steve said. If Grandma's asleep, you have to babysit me. I want to play hide and seek. Okay, I said. You hide first. 1, 2, 3. I smiled as Steve ran out of the room. Buster ran after him. Steve loves hide and seek. I love my video game. Now we were both happy. I waited until Steve and Buster were out of sight. Then I stopped counting and went back to my video game. I didn't think about Steve until my cowboy was out of lasso points. Then I realized that the house was very quiet. Too quiet. I turned away from the game and looked at Grandma. She was still sleeping. Uh-oh, I said. I went to find Steve. I looked for him under the stairs. I looked in the hall closet. Steve wasn't there. This is when I learned babysitting lesson 1. When you're babysitting your brother, don't forget about him. I continued to search. I checked under Steve's bed, then I checked under my bed. I searched the basement, the garage, and my closet. There was no sign of Steve. This was going to be harder than I thought. Where was Steve hiding? Crash! Uh-oh, I thought. I heard Buster barking in the kitchen. I ran to see what was going on. A very big mess. When I got there, the dog food bin was tipped over. Steve's head and shoulders were sticking out of the top. Dog food was stuck in his hair, on the clothes, and up his nose. He looked like an alien from the planet Yuck. He giggled as Buster licked some crumbs off his ear. What took you so long? Steve asked when he saw me. A chunk of dog food flew out of his mouth. Babysitting lesson 2. Don't babysitting your brother. When babysitting your brother, don't let him hide first. Get out of there, I told Steve. We have to clean up this mess. Steve climbed out of the bin. Why? He asked. Buster's cleaning it up. If Buster eats all this food, he will get a stomachache, I told him. I wiped off the counter and swept the floor. But Steve was still covered in dog food and dog slobber. Come on, Steve, I said. Let's go upstairs. Why? Steve asked. He gave me an I don't trust you look. What's upstairs? The bathtub, I said, grinning. Steve hates baths. I dragged Steve up to the bathroom. No bath, he yelled. I'll give you a cookie, I said. No bath! We glared at each other. I had to think of something fast. If you take a bath, I said, we will play a game. What game? Steve asked. It's called tidal wave. Tidal wave? Steve said happily. Okay. Babysitting lesson number 3. When your brother likes one of your ideas, be very, very worried. Another very, very bad idea. Steve dragged his arms through the tub. Danger, danger, he shouts. Tidal wave! Water washed over me. Hey, I yelled. Steve laughed. Here comes another one. I was beginning to realize that tidal wave was a very, very bad idea. Stop, I pleaded. No more tidal waves. It was too late. Another wave came splashing out of the tub. This time, Steve managed to soak me, all the stuff on the counter by the sink, and all 4 walls. Buster pushed the door open to see what we were doing. He got soaked too. Babysitting lesson number 4. Never let your little brother play tidal wave in the bathtub. We have to clean up before Grandma wakes up, I said. Steve shrugged. You can clean, he said. No, I said. You're going to help me. I gave Steve a towel. I'll get a mop, I said. Dry yourself off and don't make a bigger mess while I'm gone. Look, Steve said proudly when I came back with a mop. Now the bathroom is extra clean and it sparkles. I groaned. There was toothpaste on the toilet seat. There was shaving cream on the sink. There was bubble bath dripping from the towel rack. Little wads of wet toilet paper were clinging to the walls. I could smell Mom's perfume, Dad's aftershave, and Grandma's lavender powder mixing together. Babysitting lesson number 5. When babysitting your brother, don't let him out of your sight for even 1 minute. All the cleaning made me hungry, Steve said. I want a snack. Go straight to the kitchen, I croaked. Do not wake Grandma. Do not hide. Do not pass go. Do you understand me? Steve smiled his most innocent smile. Sure, I'll make a snack for you, too. He hurried out of the bathroom, leaving a trail of water behind him. My toothbrush was floating in the toilet. I fished it out and threw it away. This was not how I wanted to spend my Saturday afternoon.